Hello, welcome to episode 109.
Bingo!
Whoa!
He got it right off the bat.
That's crazy. I had no idea. That was a total up in the air guess of the franchise. The boys are back in town here, and I'm your host with the most, the D-Train, Daniel Ehrenberg.
And I'm your 20th century boy, Henry Papale. Welcome, everybody.
The H-Bomb, H-Money over there in New Jersey. Now, today we're covering some more purges.
Da Purge.
Hey, if you if you took a shot even every 10 times, like once for every 10 times they say the word purge in these movies, you're dead.
That's some serious alcohol poisoning.
Holy fuck, do they love that word.
It's a big word.
It's like they came up with the title, and they're like, we're going to use this, baby.
Yeah, it's true. It's more prevalent the more these movies move on.
It's like I watched Stop or My Mom Will Shoot this a couple weeks ago, and they say the title in that movie once.
Right.
But in these movies,
right.
it's all.
It'd be kind of weird if they said it more than once.
I feel like a third of the dialogue is the title.
Yeah. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. How'd that rate on your letterbox?
I'll tell you what, gang. I gave it 1 star, but it was pretty fun. You know, it was enjoyable.
Right.
Now, I also watched another movie that used the title Wide Awake, Henry.
Is that Shyamalan's first movie?
That's early Shyamalan.
Never saw it.
All right, now here's what I can't believe about that movie. All right. First of all, they'd say the title like towards the end of the movie. The kid's like, it's like I've been sleeping my whole life, and now I'm wide awake.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Right. But here's another thing. There's a big Shyamalan twist at the end of that thing.
In Wide Awake? Really?
Yeah, it's not even like a horror movie. It's just like this little kid going to like Catholic school, and at the end, there's a big twist.
Well, don't tell me because it's been 23 years and I still haven't seen it, but I should probably see it, right?
You might want to check that out. Rosie O'Donnell, she's great. You got Dennis Leary hanging around.
Wow.
If you want Robert Loggia, he's in the flashbacks.
Oh my boy, he had the pick of the litter there.
Oh, you know what else you get? A real young Julia Stiles.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's hanging around.
I saw a movie a couple days ago. I've been wanting to see where they do say the title, but they only say it once.
Not like The Purge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Now, what is this?
Annihilation.
Do they say annihilation in that?
Yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh says it towards the end. She's explaining what's happening, and she goes, "It'll just be annihilation."
Maybe that's how they came up with the title, because I think it's like based on a book with like a different title.
It's based on like 3 books. Yeah.
Right. It's one of those silly things, those silly Billy make-em-ups. I gotta tell you, that's a great movie. Did you think so?
I didn't.
Listen, some of our listeners will be on board with you because
I recall that, right?
It's divisive.
I am a big Alex Garland fan. You know, he wrote 28 Days Later. He wrote Sunshine. He wrote and directed Ex Machina, all of which are 3 of my favorites. Love them. I still love them.
This is better than 2 of those.
No, it's not, in my opinion. I liked Annihilation. I just thought that it was there. I could tell that it wasn't like his original idea. And I didn't even know that when I was going in. I was like, this has got to be based on something because it just honestly wasn't that original. There was a little bit too much of the 2001, the mystical creature. I don't know. It was just a little bit too ponderous for its own good. Whereas in Ex Machina, I thought it was just perfect in all of those ways he usually shoots for, and then this one just kind of left me. It's just kind of forgettable. I like the performances.
It's unforgettable.
I love it.
I'm still thinking about that fucking movie today.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Are you really? Yeah. I don't know, man.
That fucking creature when they're like tied in those chairs.
That was a good
Holy
scene.
shit, that's a good scene.
It was a good scene.
And the score is baller. I like the tone of it, man. That's a great movie.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, because you had mentioned when I think one of our listeners had criticized the movie, and you said you loved the tone and you wanted to like be in that tone, like live in that. I was going to ask you, what did you mean by that?
I don't want to live. I don't want to live in the tone. That's wrong, because it's an uncomfortable tone.
Right.
A tone I want to live. I want to live in a Nicole Holofcener film. That's what I've decided.
Yeah, I know you weren't being literal, but
I liked spending time in that tone.
Yeah, see, I preferred the tone of Ex Machina.
Okay, well, you're getting hung up on comparing it to a previous better movie.
Well, no, but I mean, I was prepared to absolutely love it. I mean, I was going in there, thinking, oh man, I mean, this is
high
already
expectations then.
Right, sure. But I'm learning more and more just to not do that.
It'll stick with you.
Well, it really hasn't.
It will. A couple months from now on this podcast, you're going to be like, movie I keep thinking about, is that Annihilation?
You know what it is? I'll just real quick, what it is I think the first half of it, almost 3/4 are really, really good. And I think the final half hour is just a big old letdown. I think it's a real big letdown.
I think that's my favorite part of the movie.
I think that's probably a lot of people's
favorite part. The last third is my favorite part, for sure.
Yeah, my least favorite. This is essentially when the mystery, quote unquote, is unraveled. I just thought it was very bland and unoriginal.
I love it.
I don't need any more mystical fucking, laser lights shooting at me anymore in movies. And it's just, I don't know. But
you heard it here first from the guy who recommended we watch the 4 Purge movies on the podcast. Annihilation isn't very good.
Annihilation is excellent compared to no.
Listen, Henry.
Hey, I didn't pick The Purge.
Yes,
man.
you did.
The Purge was coming out, and we were sticking to your maxim of this year of doing movies that were coming out.
You
advocated.
You advocated very strongly to do The Purge, and I've got something to say right now, Henry.
Yes.
The reason we're not talking about it yet on this podcast, we're talking about Annihilation.
It's because it's better.
This franchise is a dud.
Well, you've already given away your opinions on 3 and 4.
Yeah, they suck. Guess what?
All right, we're getting there.
I'm here right now to say these movies suck. And I gave The Purge and Purge Anarchy a 2 and a 3 last week. I was trying to see the good in them.
Yeah.
And these movies are worse than those movies.
I will agree with you on that.
Really? Because looking up opinions, most people regard Election Year, the third one, as the best Purge movie.
I saw that too, and so did I until now. Yes.
But is it because I shit on this franchise last week? You're seeing the flaws in it.
Oh, yes. It's all because of you.
I think it might be.
No. I remembered certain things about Election Year that I liked, and I remembered being more hyped about those things. And when I rewatched it, I really didn't get what I liked so much about it.
Last time you saw it was theaters?
Exactly.
Okay.
A couple of years ago. And whereas when I saw Anarchy, the stuff I loved about it when I saw it in the theater was just amplified, and I liked it more.
I know. James Grillo's performance, for one.
Right. Frank Grillo. Yeah. Frank James Grillo Franco.
Couldn't bother. I could not care.
No. I know. But whereas like my opinion of the first movie kind of didn't change, but I gave them both 4 stars. That will not be the case this week. So I will say that this franchise
is a dud.
Is 50%.
It's 100% a dud.
I disagree. I say go ahead and watch those first 2 movies. You'll have a good time. That's what I say.
I'll never watch these again.
I will.
And frankly, I would be done right here. I'd never see another Purge movie, except we're going to have to do it for the podcast. No.
Well, I'll tell you the funny part is there was so much other stuff coming out that even though I may have advocated seeing this, when I had to go see this in the theater, I was a little disappointed that I had to see it because there is other.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Seeing this movie in theaters,
me, and I wanted it. You know what I mean? I would have skipped it.
I think I would have given the first two lower grades if I had to sit through those in theaters. Sitting through this fourth movie in the theater was a fucking chore and a half, man.
It was rough. It was
Good
rough.
Lord.
It was rough. Well, we're right into it then. Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
It was rough.
The third one. Let's start with the third one. The Purge election year. Which not the original title. They were just, it was election year, and so they were trying to. I think the original title was something generic. It was like The Purge, like anger. The Purge.
Purgiosity.
So pissed. What was it? Do you remember?
No.
Me neither. But whatever. It was like a one-word title, like anarchy. You know. Because that's what these movies are, bro.
Right.
These movies are for like motherfucking backwards baseball cap bros. Capital B bros, these movies.
You think so?
That think they're into like horror movies. We love horror movies, man. They've got like snake tattoos. They were into like Limp Bizkit when they like this movie. The third Purge movie starts with a T-Rex song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is out of place. This should start with a song by like Saliva. You know?
Well, I happen to like the T-Rex song. That's why I referenced it.
It's a great song.
In my introduction, I called myself 20th Century Boy. I don't know.
Yeah, look. T-Rex,
I liked it. I like that.
T-Rex is too classy for this franchise.
All right. David Bowie's in this movie, too.
That's horrible. What David Bowie song shows up?
One of my faves.
Which one?
I'm Afraid of Americans.
Oh, my God. That fucking song. It's in the...
You don't like that song?
No. It's great, but... first of all, was that not a cover of I'm Afraid of Americans?
It might have been Reznor's redo.
I don't even think it was. I think it was some other motherfucker.
It could have been.
Yeah. The shitty cover of I'm Afraid of Americans. Which, I mean, like... And that's the bro-y David Bowie song. Like, if you're a capital B bro with a backwards Limp Bizkit baseball cap, then that is your favorite David Bowie song.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh. Not bro. Bruh.
I am telling you, it is disgusting.
Okay. All right. Wow. Some true vitriol.
So this movie should start with nu metal, but it starts with T-Rex. And I have more to say about that scene, but we'll get there. Purge election year, James DeMonico, he's back to write and direct. I was all excited for the fourth one. Maybe a better director. This movie was released July 1st, 2016. So the summer right before Trump got elected and we all decided the country was going to be run by fucking Nazis. And I and it's gross. It's gross how it ties into election year, and I fucking hate watching this movie in hindsight because it's so fucking optimistic. It's the end of the Purge. Why do they wrap up the Purge in this movie?
Yeah, well, that's interesting you said that, though. Did you think it was because it's depressing because of what happened?
These two movies, election year and the First Purge.
I'm not talking about the fourth one. I'm talking about the third one.
Both of them, though.
In particular.
Okay, but they take an about face to the view of humanity in the first two movies. And in these movies, they're just like, actually, humanity is basically good. It's just the government that's making us do bad things.
This is true.
And it sucks.
Yeah. But I think there was definitely, that maybe, and I didn't write this down but I thought about it when I rewatched it. I think that some of my enthusiasm for election year might have been because of the heat of all of that shit going on.
Of course. It was a genius marketing plan, and the ads all looked like fucking Obama posters or whatever. It's like, but it's like a political film that's written by a guy that's like never cared about politics beyond like Michael Moore movies and The Daily Show.
I read something in one of the reviews of this First Purge that I didn't know. I guess in election year, there was this, I don't remember this. There was one of the slogans was "Keep America Great." Do you recall this at all?
No.
Okay, well, that's going to be Trump's slogan in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not a huge leap. Like you can,
no, not at all.
Because at the time, his slogan was "Make
amusing.
America Great Again."
Scary and amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Yeah. Stride denying that there's any ties there, people.
No one's denying that. The Purge has it's insanely come from the first movie, which is about white people that are hiding in their homes scared of black people,
right,
to like the most like invariably liberal franchise in the world. Which is all well and good, but there's no nuance whatsoever.
That's what I was waiting for you to say. Yeah, yeah. Because that's the problem, isn't it? Because I mean, if it were done, especially the ones we're covering today, I think I don't agree. I don't think in the first two it's that much like that.
I don't think in the first two they really gave a shit.
Right, but in these two they do, and it is laid on with some heavy paint. And that's where, you know, I like to think that you and me, as, you know, reviewers of these things, are completely fair and able to look at these things and be like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of that shit's true, but it doesn't make it a great film. Doesn't make it a great film just because I see a lot of truisms in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's true of
I'd love to come out of these and defend them and say, oh, yeah, they got it right and it's artistic and it's perfect. But no.
Just because I agree with you doesn't mean it's good.
Correct. Yeah. Agreed. I agree.
This movie came in with a budget of $10 million. It was the biggest success of the franchise yet at 118.6 at the box office. It came in at number 38 for the year, between two other franchise movies, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows, also produced by Michael Bay, by the way, and Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Okay.
Which was a big money loser for Disney, but of course, Purge election year cost $10 million, and that probably cost like $180 million.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's nobody's fault but Disney.
No, of course not. I mean, they're ridiculous. But so we start with the T-Rex thing, and then they start playing a George Clinton song. Because it's apparently the 90s again. Remember in the 90s comedies, like George Clinton showed up in every other movie?
I didn't remember that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, so they got that right?
I mean, it's not the 90s here. What year
I
is
don't
it
know,
supposed
man.
to be at this point?
I don't know. I got very confused with the timeline, especially when 4 came. I saw.
It's because, look, in the first movie...
You'd think it'd be simple.
They say it's like 2022. But then, like, at one point, they say, like, it's like the 18th annual Purge.
Right. It's completely incongruent.
But then in the fourth
2014.
movie, it's clearly supposed to be this past year.
Huh.
You know how I knew that?
No.
Because fucking Blumhouse put up a poster for their own goddamn Halloween reboot in one of the characters' bedrooms.
I saw that in the movie, but I didn't catch that it was the Halloween poster from the new one.
Yep, the new one.
Okay. Yeah. Did you see the trailer for that?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it's David Gordon Green, right? So we're excited.
Yeah, we're very excited. We'll cover that on the podcast, right?
Yeah, it's a bonus.
Yeah, bonus episode.
For sure. Before you go any further in the plot, we didn't do our 2016
top 10 God, right. Okay. Yeah, all right. Let's do it fast. I actually had to go back and listen to our Rogue One episode in order to retrieve my list.
That's very funny. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had mine on my phone, so. All right. Number 10, Captain America: Civil War.
Number 10, Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Number 9, Fences.
Number 9, The Lobster.
That's my number 8.
Number 8, Patterson.
My number 7 is 10 Cloverfield Lane.
My number 7 is Everybody Wants Some.
My number 6 is Indignation.
My number 6 is Nocturnal Animals.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. And we're only going to hear this once this week. So here's number 5 is getting it ready there. Here we go. Whoops, whoop. There we
You're
go.
the worst.
I wasn't ready.
What the fuck was that?
These are the grand slams, the slap shots, the three-pointers, the touchdowns, the curling when the puck gets close to the circle. These are the heavy hitters of the franchise. Heavy hitters.
Before we move any further, I have a tweet here from Ryan Rabalkin.
Oh, okay.
He here it is. Not to shit on your heavy hitters intro,
but he will.
But as a Canadian, I must correct you.
Oh.
In curling, stones are used to get close to the circle targets. Pucks are used in ice hockey. I hesitate to even correct you, as Henry will get mad at me.
I didn't. As you all know, I didn't. I commissioned that theme. It wasn't me who actually wrote it. I go to outside people, so it wasn't really my mistake. But I thought, it's funny anyway. And it's curling, so who gives a shit? But that's interesting. It is a stone, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a puck. The guy recorded it, thought it was a puck. I don't know.
Man.
What are you going to do?
All right. Well, I say we keep it as is.
Well, no, I think it should stay the way it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a good theme, but I'm not mad at all. I appreciate Ryan.
I could hear you getting mad. You got huffy.
No, not at all. You misheard.
I did not mishear.
Yes,
you have so much less patience for that kind of thing than I do.
No. Because I could sense a critique of curling coming, and my passion for curling is not really that deep.
Ryan, I got your back, buddy.
Ryan, it's totally fine.
We can't wait to have you back in Canada from your travels. And
he's been abroad, right?
Yep, and I still want to come on and talk about Paulie's robot in Rocky IV.
Yeah, no, Dan misheard me. I'm not huffy. I think it's I like having holes poked in the theme songs.
You know what I've noticed too? In the superhero account, the first week we did it, you used the Superman theme and then some shitty Hans Zimmer theme.
I got rid of it.
You got rid of it.
You didn't like it.
That's right.
Sometimes, and not often, I will listen to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you know what it is? I was going to get another theme, and then I was like, you know what? I think the Superman theme is kind of the go-to. But,
it's iconic.
It works. Yeah.
All right. What are the heavy hitters?
Yeah, the heavy hitters of the franchise are number 5, Hell or High Water.
My number 5 is Manchester by the Sea.
Oh, and my number 4 is sure to provoke you reading another tweet. OJ Made in America.
I'll do it in a minute.
Where we're getting schooled.
Yeah. My number 4 is American Honey.
All right. I haven't seen most of your list. That's right.
Well, you're missing out.
Number 3, one of your favorite films, Silence.
I like it, The Silence. My number 3 is Moonlight.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean, no?
It's a good movie. It's fine.
Okay.
My number 2 is I Am Not Your Negro.
My number 2 is Hell or High Water.
My number 1 movie of that year is Nocturnal Animals.
And my number 1 is OJ Made in America, which does lead me to a couple tweets. Shut Up Tim says, hey, franchise, just hearing the Incredibles episode. I think it's nuts that Henry thinks documentary TV shows are movies. Hey, Hank, TV shows have episodes, movies don't. Now, that is coming from Henry had that Evil Genius Netflix series.
Yeah, and I mentioned for this year I had that and Bobby Kennedy, a couple of things, but openly said on the show it was difficult to figure out if this should be on. We had a discussion about it, so I don't know. I mean, Flint Town, right?
We did. So Survivor Central responded,
right?
Yeah, they're all over the place with that crap. I think Dan put an ESPN OJ miniseries on there one year. Call me crazy. When I make a top movies list, I put movies on it, not docs and TV shows. Listen, the fucking air of superiority coming out of that tweet makes me want to vomit.
So you are now you're huffy.
Yeah.
I'm huffy on that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care about the
Shut up,
Republican
Tim
thing.
responds.
That was an innocent note. See, that was innocent what Ryan was saying. These guys are a little bit of venom on there.
And they're just having this convo with me tagged. So I'm getting all the updates on their conversation. All right. So Shut Up Tim responds, can't wait to hear where Henry puts my favorite film of this year on his list. Netflix's The Staircase.
Right. Probably number 1, Tim. How about that?
Yeah. So
yeah. Fuck you. How about that?
I respond
that's number 2.
because I partly agree with them.
Right. Right. I understand. But
I say,
ahead.
hang on, I'm with you too. But the OJ doc, which I just put at number 1 on my 2016 list, made my list because it was released theatrically and won the Best Documentary Oscar.
Right.
Does that not qualify it? Give me a break. All right?
Yeah.
So, Shut Up Tim responds, I have no objection to the OJ doc since it's Academy approved. And I said, thanks for your permission.
Yes.
Shut up, Tim.
Right. Well, we really appreciate all the.
And then Survivor Central doubling down. So make a top 10 documentaries list. Or wait, don't, because nobody wants to hear that and your podcast will get canceled. First of all, nobody could cancel this podcast but us. All right?
Jeez. Yikes. Not for nothing, guys. Can we make the own rules of our show, please? You don't mind? I mean, and the other thing I was going to say was, I've already said, we discussed this on the show that when the end of the year comes, I'm not sure we'll work it out. It's a work in progress, people. Relax, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
And not for anything, Dan, not that they wouldn't not know this, but how many times have you and me and our little gang of friends had the conversation a million times about whether documentaries are on the list or not? It's been going on for a decade.
Documentary features are
it's a movie.
It's storytelling like any other. Of course it belongs on the list.
Jesus. I mean, I don't even understand. That I don't get.
If you're going to tell me I can't put documentaries on my list, then you might as well tell me I can't put animated features. I have to make separate comedy and drama lists.
That's exactly right. It's the same parallel because it's just another genre. The TV thing, fair point. But if it's released theatrically, that should be a no-brainer. I don't really give a shit if the Academy approved of it or not, if it was released theatrically. And, some of these things we're not sure about, so,
I'll tell you what, I'm getting worked up, but
yeah, please do.
But at least it's a pleasure not to have to talk about The Purge.
You mean when we do our lists?
Well, like just now, like we spent like a good 10 minutes not talking about The Purge, and that was nice.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate the aggressive tweets, and well, not really, but
I appreciate them. I love Survivor Central. Here's what you don't know, Henry. Survivor Central is one of our best listeners.
Why? No, I know that. Yeah. Would like the input. Just it's an opinion. I think I encapsulated it pretty well.
All right.
It's fine. I mean, what's your solution? You don't have a solution right now, do you? You don't have an answer.
Best movie of the year, Wild Wild Country.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I'm joking. No, it's not a movie. That was a joke.
Right.
Fucking idiot.
So well, I don't know because
I do.
Flint Town's the best thing I've seen all year.
Is that a movie? How many episodes?
8.
Then it's not a movie.
Showa is like 10 episodes.
Is that a movie?
It's a documentary. It was reviewed by everybody when it came out.
Showa.
It was released in theaters. Won an Oscar, We'll go over the look. Hey guys, at the worst, you just brought the debate more to the forefront. We'll go over the list, and I'm sure that upon review, I will not be having TV shows. The Staircase is a fascinating one, though, right? Because wasn't that released on Criterion Collection?
But it was originally a TV show.
Yeah. It wasn't ever in theaters, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's an HBO TV show.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can't do HBO movies.
Well, I don't think we can do HBO movies.
Well, you put the tail on.
That was released at festivals before. But you know what? Maybe at the end of the year, when I'm making my final list, I probably would second guess having the tail on there.
Right, as I would second guess the Bobby Kennedy and the Flint Town and the Evil Genius.
I'm getting bored. So, at the beginning of Purge election year, there's this fucking guy who's like describing George Clinton, and it's like such a goddamn ripoff of American Psycho. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's that, and it's also very. That's where that movie just sort of begins with some torture porn, right?
I don't remember
that scene. Just the whole thing it's like way more than you've seen in terms of like having a family tied up, and it's just
right. But
its sole point for existing is just to upset you.
I'm okay with that though. Like it's not like this movie is significantly uglier than the first two. I just
I thought it was.
I just don't care about anybody. And of all the characters from the first two movies that were like, let's hang the third movie on an existing character, we're bringing back this Frank Grillo Punisher guy.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil it for you last week, but yeah, I figured I was waiting for you to discover that. And
I can't believe it. So this guy, he's like, last we saw him, he was making the very noble decision not to murder this innocent alcoholic that made one mistake in his life. And you know, so we're supposed to think he's like the big fucking hero of the Purge.
Okay.
Captain Purge. And so
Captain Obvious.
So he makes the move over to Washington, D.C., which is our new setting for the Purge. And he's like a bodyguard for somehow. This always happens in franchises, and I fucking hate this franchise. Like, if we want to bring a character back, but like the movie is going to be significantly different, it's like all of a sudden they got a job like in the government, or like it's just insane. Like in Hard Bodies 2, where they're like, we want to have like a movie within the movie in this one, so it's like all of a sudden all the characters from the first one are like famous actors.
That's right. Yeah. I like that this was an especially high promotion because he was a sergeant or a captain in the police force in LA, and now he's in under a minute he's like top secret service for a presidential candidate. Yeah,
so the presidential candidate is Elizabeth Mitchell, who you'll know as Juliet from Lost.
She's my MVP.
Well, she's a classy actor. There are some good actors in this movie.
I think she does a good job.
She's not my MVP.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no. I think she does a good job with what she has. I think I know who your MVP is going to be.
Who do you think?
Probably disagree, but...
Who do you think?
I think it's going to be Mykelti Williamson.
It's not.
Okay, good.
Okay. And Michael T. Williams is an actor I really like.
Is that how you say his name? I thought it was Mykelti.
It might be.
Yeah, I don't think it's Michael T. Williams, but doesn't matter.
Anyway, he was in Justified. He's been in a lot of stuff. I really like that actor. I think he maybe not all the way committed to a Purge movie.
He's very good in Heat. He's in also very famous for the best movie of 1994, Forrest Gump.
What? Who's he in that?
Is that a joke or
no? That's serious. Is he Bubba?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever put that together.
Are you fucking serious? Really?
Yeah.
That's all
I haven't seen Forrest Gump in a long time. If you ask me to picture Bubba, I'm picturing Seal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
don't know. So that's just like Mykelti Williams just popping his lip out?
Yeah, I believe.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah. Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
Yeah. That's great stuff.
Sure is. cinema.
I think if I went back and watched Forrest Gump with like out the weight of thinking like this is like an American classic, I would enjoy it for how silly it is.
I think that you would.
Yeah.
I don't think that I would. I think that you would.
Yeah. I don't think you could.
Well put.
Yeah. I mean, I'm able to make my brain change expectations. If I sat down and watched Forrest Gump,
insult.
I just think like if I sat down and watched Forrest Gump and was able to like tell myself I'm gonna watch this on the same level I watched Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, I think I could do that.
Yeah, you are pretty good at that. I have sort of a disability when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Henry, there's two plots running in this movie and they come together. Okay, so one is Frank Grillo guarding this presidential candidate through the purge. Now, Elizabeth Mitchell, of course, Juliet from Lost, is playing a liberal presidential candidate.
Yes.
Running against the new founding fathers.
Yeah.
For who plays the new? We only see one of the new founding fathers in this movie. Is Kyle Secor.
Well, we see a lot of them, but he's the candidate.
Yeah,
right?
he's the candidate. He's
the president. A current president is the great character actor Raymond J. Barry.
The great Raymond J. Barry, also from Justified. He played Timothy Olyphant's shitty dad.
Oh, okay. I mean, what isn't he in?
Yeah,
he's great,
shows
man.
up. He's great. I was happy to see him in that opening. The scene like toward the beginning, you know.
Yeah, he's always good, and I remember him. I mean, I know him from a lot of things, but for some weird reason, the first thing that popped into my mind was him as Ron Kovic's Tom Cruise's father in Born on the 4th of July.
Damn, I didn't remember that
because he's in that a lot.
Yeah,
it's really good.
So, yeah, he's a founding father, but the one we spend time with as the candidate is Kyle Secor. You'll remember him as Duncan and Lily's dad from Veronica Mars.
That's why I don't know who he is. I didn't know him at all.
Yeah. Now, so they are they want to abduct Elizabeth Mitchell during the purge and murder her in like some kind of weird ceremony at a church.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
At midnight.
Sure.
So that's one plot line. Another plot line is McKelty Williams guarding his bodega. Oh boy. So
from a rooftop.
He's so proud of this bodega, man.
He loves this deli, man.
And by the way, it is pretty good. I noticed the DVD selection in there. They had
the worst
a
deli.
lot of soda cases.
Right.
And
There's a lot of stuff to offer there.
Yeah,
but
yeah. You know what I noticed? A little paperback rack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in a bodega? That's pretty impressive.
It's Washington, D.C. You know, I haven't really walked around them streets too
I
much,
have.
So.
They don't have that shit.
No. Yeah, I don't know where they
are
are
in Washington,
Washington,
a bodega
D.C.
in Washington, D.C.
Well, it depends on where you are, I guess. Yeah, I've only been around the immediate area. And
the mall?
And then the yuppie area. No, and then the yuppie area. I did drive through the area where people actually live, like richer.
One time in D.C., I got into a cab and asked, like, where the college kids party?
Were you delivered to the right place?
I was delivered to a place, and it sucked. There definitely were college kids drinking, though.
Oh, okay. Well, he delivered then. He
did all right. Yeah. But yeah, I do not like that city, Sam.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah. I used to. I wouldn't want to be there now. But yeah.
What are you talking about? All the greats are there now.
I liked it when it was like a functioning, interesting place to go see things, and you know, not now. I don't want to be anywhere near it.
Okay, so we've got so he's in the bodega early the day of the purge, and this like 12-year-old girl comes in to like rob them, to steal a candy bar.
Yeah.
One candy bar. By the way, the candy bar was an Apollo bar, which is a fake candy bar from Lost.
Is that right?
Yeah. So James DeMonico, big Lost fan.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Interesting. Jesus, how the fuck did you even notice what candy bar she had? My God.
Listen, baby, I love me some Lost.
Yeah, you're attuned, man. You're attuned.
All right, so they come in and they're like, motherfucker, we're gonna come back tonight and fucking get this joint. Which I kind of enjoyed because, you know, in the Purge, mostly, like, they're killing. It's all about murder. Like, no one commits any other crimes but murder. So I like that this one girl's like, I'm just going to rob your bodega, motherfucker. I'm going to steal some of these Danielle Steele novels you got on the shelf.
Yeah, but as soon as she leaves, she wants to kill everybody. So
I know. Well, that's what I'm going to say. I like that basic premise. But then she comes back at night wearing a fucking scary mask and shit. Like everybody else in the goddamn Purge.
She fucking murdered her parents.
And she's wearing a fucking Catholic schoolgirl outfit.
I noticed it.
Oh my God, this James DeMonico pervert.
Because you said it last week, now I noticed it. And I was like, oh man. I was like, this guy's got a fetish.
That being said, I was honestly close to giving this girl my MVP. It's a spirited performance. She just dies too early in the movie for me to justify.
Well, it's spirited, and I think it's too much. It's not her fault.
It's gotta be. This fucking the movies are boring. Give me a crazy performance.
Yeah, I don't know. It brings me to my LVP, but yeah.
Who's your LVP?
James DeMonico.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Okay, so those are two plot lines that are running concurrently. Of course, they crisscross when they attempt to assassinate Elizabeth Mitchell, and Frank Grillo somehow leads her to this bodega.
After getting shot with a bullet that is bigger than my
It's
knuckles.
okay. Bullets don't hurt me, for I am the Punisher.
It's a tracer bullet. Got to get it out. When he extracts the bullet by himself and just kind of, instead of, screaming in agony or anything, he's just kind of like,
That wasn't even the funniest part of that scene for me. The funniest part to me is when he pulls the bullet out, the bullet has a little flashlight on it.
Yeah, well, that's how. It's very helpful. If you're gonna get shot, just hope it has a flashlight so you can guide yourself to pull it out without a mirror or any help.
Yeah.
Or anesthesia or tweezers. Yeah, just get it. Just give me those scissors.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Frank Grillo, and you got me making fun of him.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Though maybe he is my LVP.
He's what?
He might be my LVP again.
Again, come on. There's a lot to choose from here.
So there's a revolutionary group, okay? And they want to go to this same church ceremony, but they're there to assassinate Kyle Secor, the dad from Veronica Mars.
I kind of like that subplot. I thought it was kind of cool.
I didn't like it. So
I figured.
The one interesting thing about that subplot is Edwin Hodge, the actor who plays the fella who the black guy who they take into the house in the first Purge and who's running around near the end of the second Purge. He's there. So this is another case of like, let's we need this character to be in the movie. So all of a sudden he's moved across country to Washington, D.C., and he's a well-known revolutionary.
Good point. I think that was also might have been a case of they couldn't get Michael K. Williams back, so this guy just takes over that role because they mention...
That's interesting. That didn't occur to me.
Because they mention Michael K. Williams' name, the character. They call him...
You mean Carmelo. Michael T. Williams?
Michael T. Williamson. Yeah, they mention his character's name, Carmelo, in passing as though he's been killed or something. So this guy has taken over that group, obviously.
Yeah, good for Michael.
I thought that was all right. I like that little underground thing they had going, and I like their kind of counter plot and using all that old National Treasure bullshit about George Washington's tunnels and all that kind of stuff.
God, yeah, we're gonna use George Washington's tunnels, so it's like poetic justice. We're gonna kill the new founding fathers using a tool given to us by the original founding fathers.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
One visual I thought was cool.
Was it a scary mask?
No, there's a little too much of that. I liked the visual of the girls you were talking about. I like the car. Oh, they've dressed it in Christmas lights.
That was great. Yeah.
That was very cool. I liked the idea, which is unfortunately, not really followed through at all, but of Russians coming here or immigrants.
Yes, that was interesting.
That was really interesting. That could be a whole movie.
Yes, and that's what I thought.
What are we going to do about people?
Yeah. Anyway, so
I was just going to say, what could we could do? We could have people who come to the United States to vacation for that night. Because that would totally happen.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing in these movies. There's always a lot of like news reports at the beginning,
right.
setting up exposition, because that's all James DeMonaco can think of to do, to set up exposition. So, to deliver exposition. So, in this movie, they say there's this new craze sweeping the nation, and it's murder tourists. So people from other country flock to America Did I say from other country?
People from other country.
People from other country. I'm watching too much old wrestling. I'm seeing like the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov and shit.
Iran #1.
Yeah.
Russia #1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So people flock to America from other country, and they participate in the purge because they want to kill people legally.
Sure.
So,
and in Russia, it's illegal to kill people.
Mm-hmm. In Soviet Russia, purge murders you. I don't know. So,
except if you're Vladimir Putin, you can kill whoever the fuck you want.
Yeah, bro.
Sorry.
Yeah. He's the best.
Good guy.
Henry, so I thought that was going to lead to something.
That's my name.
Yeah, but it does not.
Okay. Remember, was it last week he said my name like 14 times?
It was something like, it was either last week or the week before.
Henry!
Yeah.
I kept waiting for like a reprimand, but it was never coming.
So it comes down to they are going to kill Kyle Secor. And then, but it's like, if you do this, you'll be no different from the Founding Fathers.
Right.
Which is a very unique and interesting moral dilemma that I've never seen in any other films.
Never heard that before. Right?
Yeah,
ever.
So it comes to a big showdown in the church. Kyle Secor has some like right-hand man who's just like a big creep with like his hair matted to his head.
A big old creepy priest.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, for that role, sure.
Yeah, it's a good visual. But they have every opportunity to murder Elizabeth Mitchell.
Yeah, it's like a Dr. Evil scenario, man.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
they just like leave her tied up forever and never kill her. Even when like Frank Grillo shows up with like the cavalry and it's like shooting people down.
Right.
Like he has like a gun to Elizabeth Mitchell's head. And, like, as soon as they start shooting at them, he should just pull the fucking trigger and kill Elizabeth Mitchell. But they just, like, push her to the side.
Right.
And they retrieve her. And then we cut to, like, a few months later, post-Purge. And we get more news reports that Elizabeth Mitchell has won the election.
Yep.
Including Florida, which is very realistic. Are you kidding me? First of all, what a missed opportunity that we haven't seen what's going on with the purge in Florida.
Yeah.
And frankly, there's so many missed opportunities with the purge. I was thinking about this during the movie because we're concentrating so hard on murder that like I was thinking like there must be so many weird things like two huge companies that want to merge, but they can't because of monopoly like laws.
They could do it.
They could like wait for the purge.
White collar crime.
Yeah.
Some embezzlers are taking stuff to the Caymans. It's totally fine.
Yeah. So then it would just be like a huge company. All of a sudden, like you'd wake up the next morning after the purge, and all of a sudden there'd be like Netflix Disney or like
Yeah, I mean, it would make for great viewing. White collar crime. Why
I'd
not?
love it. Here's another thing.
Yeah.
Drug dealers should like wait until the purge, and like all the money, like drug addicts should like save up all their money for the year and like spend it all during the purge. But I wonder if
all
drug
the savings
dealers
that drug addicts usually have.
But I wonder if drug dealers would, like, you know how, like, during the Super Bowl, like, Uber jacks up their prices?
Yeah, they might not. They might be not as cheap.
Yeah. Drugs could be more expensive during
They might hike the prices.
It's interesting.
I liked the scene in the deli where the kid, not really a kid, but you know, Michael T. Williamson's friend.
Yeah,
offers
he's pretty good.
Offers the senator advice, and so you're like, oh, what's he gonna say? Well, what's he gonna say? Is it gonna be like about a certain voting demographic or a strategy to it? He goes, you have to win Florida, and she's like, okay,
I hadn't thought of that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
like a genuine thanks. Thank you. Yeah. And because he said that to her, she put all her resources in Florida.
And she won.
She won.
Yeah.
I hope that guy's in her cabinet. Yeah.
Oh, probably. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Frank Grillo is definitely her.
I didn't mean him.
No, I know who you mean. Yeah. But Frank Grillo,
who'd he get?
He's 100% the, what's the chief of staff?
Sure.
Yeah.
Be the chief of staff. Mm-hmm. They could bring back the defunct Secretary of War. He could be the Secretary of War.
Yeah. Edwin Hodge dies in this movie though, so he won't make it.
No, he's not going to be in the.
That's sad. That was a pretty sad death. That like one of the few characters they'd successfully gotten me to care about over the course of 3 movies. He gets killed.
That would have been a neat tie-in to maybe have him have a bigger role instead of just coming in again as like a tertiary but important character, you know. And yeah. How does he just gets shot, right?
Yeah, like a bunch of times. It's like a pretty hardcore death.
Yeah. And then Michael T. Williamson dies too by the priest.
Right.
Saving the senator's life.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there you have it.
It's election year. It's Purge the election year. Pretty disappointing for me. It was kind of an about face for me. I did like it quite a bit when I saw it in the theater. Rewatch, definitely for me, it was an example where I think you felt about the first 2 maybe a little, but I really felt with this one that to me it was just too heavy-handed, too much, too over the top. But we're not quite at the point where we're totally over the top. I mean, we are, but yeah.
No, we totally are.
Well, we got one more movie to cover.
I know.
Yeah. So we're already there.
What do you give this one?
I'm giving it 2.
Me too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. It's
because
not quite a 1. Yeah, because like there's enough good actors in this movie, and there's things I like. So, I mean, those girls I really like who like try to like take down the bodega, but then there's this other character in this movie played by Betty Gabriel, who
the ambulance driver.
Yeah, a lot of people know her from Get Out. She was the housekeeper, but she is sort of like a Purge legend who like used to be like a real great murderer.
But we're not told anything about her.
But we're told she used to be called like La Pequeña Muerte or something.
Right, I know. And then when she comes back, she says it herself, right?
Yeah.
Look out.
Welcome back. And so she shows up and she like kills the fuck out of them. And that's a pretty baller scene. And Betty Gabriel is my MVP in this movie.
That's a good call. Yeah, that's a good call. I didn't actually think of that character, but I'm still going to go with Elizabeth Mitchell.
Hey, Elizabeth Mitchell's great. I'd like to see her in better movies and better TV shows because
I'd like to see her more.
She hasn't really done much since Lost. That's good. Yeah. She was on that fucking V remake for a while, but that was, I mean, I watched a season of that and I was out.
She's in The Staircase, which is the best movie of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, my LVP's going to Jimmy Delmonico, who got my MVP, I think, in the first one.
I think that's right. For all his blue lighting, LVP for me, I'll go Frank Grillo again.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just terrible. Oh, Henry.
All right.
What's the superhero count on this bad boy?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's only a 2.
Good.
Yeah. Dan can't get out of this episode fast enough. Yeah. Let's just see who is coming up.
There's a new episode of Big Brother tonight. Big Brother. I can't wait to watch Big Brother.
How dare you say just the moxie. The moxie.
Yeah.
Raymond J. Barry was in the show Gotham.
Of course he was. Who did he play?
Playing a character called the Shaman.
The Shaman? I bet that's a great character.
One of the great Batman villains.
No, well, it's probably one of those fake Batman villains. You watched like some of the first season, right?
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember like there's like an early Gotham episode where like the first 2 episodes they were like it was like not that good, but it's like all the classic Batman's trappings, and then like in the 3rd episode or something they're like on the case of a new villain like whose name was like Balloon Boy or something. It's like, we've got to catch him. We've got to catch the balloonster.
Back into the DC treasure trove.
I don't even think it is, though. I think they made it up for Gotham.
Oh, man. You know what I caught? You know what I caught about 10 minutes of last night?
What?
Oh, man. Ooh, baby. Justice League.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, but you know what was real bad?
Have you not watched Justice League?
I saw it in the theater.
Oh, you did, right.
Yeah. It's terrible. But what was really sticking out to me, besides Jason Momoa, who's just awful, was boy, is Ben Affleck look bad in that one.
Oh my God! Well,
he is on something, man.
No.
I don't know.
He's got alcohol face, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The motherfucker's drunk that entire movie, and it's a bummer.
Yeah. Because he didn't really look like that in Batman v Superman.
No, and I hear he's doing better now, and I hope he is. But
me too.
But he is going through a dark time making that movie, and you can understand.
Didn't help.
Yeah.
All right, and here's a good one. It's the final superhero count for this movie. Cindy Robinson plays the voice of the Purge announcer.
Yeah. All crime is legal,
right.
Especially murder. Police murder.
Including murder.
Yeah.
She has done a lot of voiceover work, not a surprise. She has played, I don't even need to name the cartoons. I'll just name the characters. She's played Pepper Potts, Lois Lane, Ravana, and my favorite one that it was hers is Brainiac.
Oh, female Brainiac, yeah.
Is there a female Brainiac?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's like sexy, kind of gothy Brainiac.
The sexy kind of computer.
Yeah.
DC
loves to do that. DC loves you know what this character needs to be now? Sexy. I mean, it's not like Marvel's immune to it. They did sexy Lady Loki.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
I think I read a comic with her.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So we move on to our cinematic experience.
It's the first Purge, Henry. The first one.
First one.
I'll tell you about my cinematic experience. I saw it before you.
You did.
I went to go see this movie on Friday. It came out. First of all, let me just say, a new director. James DeMonico wrote it, but we have a new director, a fellow named Gerard McMurray.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not familiar with his stuff. He has a Netflix movie out called Burning Sands, which is about college hazing, I think.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I've seen it on the thing there, but had no interest.
But he also has a producer credit on Fruitvale Station.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is interesting. A movie I love.
Great movie. Yeah.
But maybe Ryan Coogler was the talent behind that, baby.
I think that's the case. Yeah.
All right. So it came out on 4th of July. It's cute. And a higher budget than normal of $13 million. And so far, it has somewhat underperformed. It debuted at 4th at the box office, got its ass kicked by Incredibles 2 and Ant-Man and Jurassic World.
Okay. Yes.
Your favorite movie of all time.
The best Jurassic.
Jesus Christ. That is your funniest opinion.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
The First Purge. Okay, so I went to go see it. I decided I'll go see Ant-Man and the Wasp first. All right? And then sneak.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I'll sneak into First Purge. So went up to buy my ticket to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Got it, no problem. Then I go get my ticket ripped. Uh-oh. The guy hands me 3D glasses.
Oh, dude. Oh. Refund.
No, I just fucking went to see it.
You didn't.
Because I timed it so I could sneak into the First Purge after.
Never. I'd eat the money, man.
No.
If they wouldn't give me a refund. I'd rather not watch it and lose the money.
So listen, I really was like regretting every decision I'd ever made in my life that led me up to the point of seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp in 3D. But I did it. I saw it, and they had like I had to fill out a survey, like what I thought of the movie. Who was your favorite character? That kind of thing. How likely would you be to recommend it to a friend? Did it have sufficient action for you?
I don't think I've ever had that happen to me.
Yeah, so I did that. And
how'd you like it? Or do you want to save that for a couple of years from when it was
No, I'll say it. Listen.
I want to see it, and I'll be seeing it soon. What?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay, good.
It was annoying seeing it in 3D. And it's been so long since I saw a 3D movie that, like, at first I had like, oh, it's coming right at me. I was not used to it. I haven't seen a 3D movie in like 10 years.
And you don't have very good eyesight either, so that's got to be.
Oh my god! So I have to wear the fucking 3D glasses over my glasses, which is annoying. And so I'm eating Sour Patch Kids, trying to watch this movie through two pairs of glasses. Every so often, I lifted the 3D glasses just to see what the colors are supposed to look like.
That is atrocious, dude.
But I really liked the movie. I liked it, I would say, significantly more than the first Ant-Man.
Oh,
not that it does anything that differently. It's just, I guess, the character. Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly seemed like they were having more fun. There was more opportunity for Paul Rudd to be funny in it.
Good.
And
my main problem with the first one was I just thought the villain sucked.
And this has a way better villain. It's a little bit of like anti-hero more than a villain.
Okay.
But it's a good villain, and there's a twist involved with the villain that kind of worked for me.
All right, good.
Boom, check it out. Lawrence Fishburne's good in it. Michelle Pfeiffer's good, but she's given nothing to do, which is a little annoying. But
she was in it.
Yeah. She plays like original Wasp.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So there you have it. Ant-Man and the Wasp. So then I throw out my 3D glasses.
You buy your ticket for the Purge.
Yeah, I hand in my little golf pencil they gave me to fill out the form.
Right.
And then, I snuck into the first...
I know, it was a joke.
I know you were joking.
Yeah.
So yeah, snuck there into the First Purge. Pretty big crowd in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, but I managed to pick a seat that nobody else had chosen, so I didn't have to get up, which was nice.
Sure.
I was in the back row. A lot of people checking their phones during this baby, but who could blame them? And, whatever. It was fine.
All right. Mine was uneventful. Thank God. I think I deserved that after the nightmarish sequence of Jurassic World. No problems in mine. Purposely skipped some of the previews. Got to see the Halloween preview.
Oh yeah, well I'll tell you about we could talk about the previews in a second. I wanted to say my favorite part of the entire film going experience was there was a 13-year-old girl in Ant-Man who was there with her dad, and she was wearing an Ant-Man t-shirt.
Aww.
And in the one of the post-credit scenes involves what happened in Infinity War.
Okay.
And so she walked out of the theater and she like seemed visibly upset, and I heard her talking to her dad, and she was just saying, "Well, I've been watching these movies for 10 years, almost my whole life, and anything involving Thanos upsets me." I thought it was so cute. Like she's lived with these Marvel movies her whole life, and she's like fully invested. It was nice.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool. And now I know what the credit scene is, so I appreciate that.
You wouldn't assume that it would have. I didn't tell you what happens. I just said it had something to do with Infinity War, and there's 2 post-credit scenes, so stick around.
All right, I will.
Yeah, motherfucker.
And hopefully, if I don't understand what happens at the after the end, I can have 2 nerds behind me like I did in Infinity War.
Explain it to you.
Say, Captain Marvel, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So previews were Halloween.
We saw some good previews. Halloween looked good. What else did you get?
I don't know if it looked good. It's not a great trailer. I'm definitely going to see it. I'm interested. I got nervous when it started to look like it was another like Jamie Lee Curtis revenge story.
It really did look a lot like Halloween H2O.
Yes, and that disappointed me. I was like, oh boy, I hope it's not Hunted becomes the hunter. I mean, come on. But the sequence in the first trailer with him standing in the yard, that was cool.
That was great.
Very good.
There were so many kids movies in front of Ant-Man. Those are the ones I remember more. Like I had to sit through like Wreck-It Ralph 2 and the new Tim Burton Dumbo movie. I saw the trailer.
Oh no.
And but whatever. I think there were some horror movies. I feel like Blumhouse threw some shit in front. Oh, there was a pretty good trailer for The Nun, which is a new Conjuring universe movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be into that.
Yeah, for sure. That comes out in September, I think.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't remember the other things I saw in the Purge. First Purge was that fucking Muppet movie?
Muppet movie?
I've seen it twice.
Right. It's like a Red Band trailer. It's Melissa McCarthy,
right?
Like doing some crazy shit with Muppets, and you see these 2 Muppets fucking, and then this one Muppet like pulls out, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking come on your face," and the Muppet comes silly string all over the place. Right. It sucks. That movie's gonna be terrible.
I'll never know.
Maybe I'll see it. Who knows?
Maybe you will.
Yeah. Every so often, I'll like let myself see a movie like that, but like
I know
the Melissa McCarthy's, I've tended to skip.
Yeah.
I did see I Feel Pretty, the Schumer movie, which was kind of likable.
How was that?
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, gang, the First Purge. Let's talk about it.
First Purge.
So.
First Purge. Remember the song they used to do too? Purge. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking during election year there should be some Purge songs, like Christmas songs, and then during the ceremony at the church there are a couple.
Oh, are there?
Yeah.
Like carols and shit?
Yeah, they're like Purge carols.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, and some chanting.
Yeah.
That's good.
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah. First Purge taking place on Staten Island.
Which is not surprising because, as we know, James DeMonico is obsessed with Staten Island.
Yep.
You know that because of his films Staten Island and Once Upon a Time in Staten Island. So apparently, so the First Purge takes place in 2018 or 19 because we have a David Gordon Green Halloween poster, and it's what is it, Henry? They've decided the Purge originally is just going to be an experiment.
Yeah, what happens is the country's fed up with Democrats and Republicans. So this third party called the New Founding Fathers of America run for office. And
but the movies just treat them as Republicans.
Say again?
The movies just treat the New Founding Fathers as Republicans. It's so stupid that they say it's a third party.
Right. Well, hey, that's they're trying to couch it in something, but they get disenchanted. So the third wing of the Republican Party becomes the NFFA. They are endorsed by the NRA, which puts them over the top. This is not me being political. This is the movie. This is what the movie says in its news footage, if you recall.
So much news footage.
Lots, and we got a Van Jones.
Yeah, Van Jones. I think his second of the series.
Oh, is it?
I think he shows up in like Anarchy or something.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they win. Then they hire this behavioral psychologist played by Aunt May.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei with blonde hair.
Yeah.
Adding some class to this movie before she gets unceremoniously killed in some security footage.
God.
Yeah.
That was just what? Yeah, I know. I thought she was like supposed to be the star of this movie. Not the case.
I love that it's on Staten Island. I thought she should have just been playing her character from My Cousin Vinny.
Or the wrestler.
Yeah, it should have just been like...
Or Before the Devil.
So I've got this idea for an experiment, all right, Vinny?
I'm a behavioral psychologist.
Yeah.
Just like you're a lawyer, Vinny. Yeah. So these two youths, all right, last Vinny reference. So they get elected and they want to do this experiment. She maintains she is neutral in politics, yet presents the Republicans with this strategy of containing violence for one night to see what happens. And she thinks that, some violence will happen, but...
Right. So this purge is only happening on Staten Island.
Right, the world is watching. Yes.
People who participate in it can volunteer for the project before the purge starts, and they can keep track of their purge activities using these contact lenses. So there's a lot of characters in the movie with like shining blue eyes, which actually is a visual that kind of worked for me.
It didn't work for me because they just look like fucking like 28-day later zombies.
But I will take it over the fucking incessant scary masks. And you know what's fucked up is in this movie there's a lot of scary masks too, because they cannot not have scary masks in these movies.
Right.
And they try to explain away the scary masks.
Yeah, they sure do.
It's like the origin story. This is why people on the night of the purge wear scary masks.
Is it because they're ashamed of their actions? Is it a new Halloween type gesture?
But it's because in this movie they send teams of mercenaries out into the streets of Staten Island to incite violence and make it look like the purge was a bigger success than it actually was.
People, and one of the only touches of the movie that I liked was that I actually thought it was quite funny. And a much better movie would have rolled with this, but this one didn't, was that one of the first things that people do is just throw a complete and total berserko block party. Because there's like no noise restrictions, and I was like, yeah, that would make sense.
I thought that was definitely what would happen.
Are you being serious?
No, I am.
Yeah, because you'd be like, well, we don't have to worry about anyone complaining. Doesn't matter.
I would probably go to one. No, I wouldn't. I'd be scared. But so they anyway. So they're wearing masks because they're mercenaries and they want to seem like Staten Island residents when they're actually like government employees. But that still doesn't explain why in like future years everyone was like, say, scary masks.
Light bulb.
Yeah.
Aren't there a few that wear creepy masks that aren't though? Like there's the
exactly. We see people that aren't mercenaries in this movie wearing scary masks.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
You were making me think that I was misremember it. Yeah, because that one guy pops out of the sewer, It style.
Oh my god, that fucking scene! And he grabs her by the vagina, and then
There we go. Here comes
and then
it. Here
we get
comes.
a Trump reference. She like runs away and is like,
Pussy grabbing.
yeah, pussy grabbing, yeah, okay.
Hey, it ain't subtle.
I love that there are people in this movie though that are just like hanging out in the sewer and wait. What are you doing?
What? I guess if you're a psychopath and someone grants you license, you might want to reenact some of your favorite killings. So maybe someone had read It and was like, "Oh, this is perfect. I can be Pennywise the clown." That kind of thing. Sure. Probably got a bunch of Hannibal Lecters running around. Who knows?
That might be true. There could be like Jasons.
Oh, of course. There could be some Michael Myers. Should have been. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Cross promotion.
Might as well have been.
Yeah.
A little lead in to it. But we get a lot of Nazis. We get a lot of
so many skinheads. There's that one
stuff.
Nazi skinhead that I thought for the entire movie was Anthony Michael Hall.
Wait, who'd you say? Anthony Michael Hall?
Yeah.
He totally looks like Anthony Michael Hall, but that you're thinking of Election Year.
Oh, is that Election Year? Yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy. He plays a hitman in your favorite movie of 2008, Michael Clayton.
Ugh, all right.
But yes, he totally looks like Anthony Michael Hall. Wish it was Anthony Michael Hall.
Here's the First Purge. Notably, does not have the same kind of cast as the other ones. I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's good in that it's an all-black cast, pretty much, except for Marissa Tomei.
Right.
But it's not like the same level of like character actor that popped up in like the first three movies.
No, I didn't know most of them.
Frankly, the only actor I saw that I got excited about was an actress named Melanie Diaz.
Okay.
Who I really like. She's in Fruitvale Station. She, of course, shows up in one scene prior to the Purge, volunteering for the experiment.
She's good in that scene.
Yeah, she's great. And then we go ahead and never see her again for the rest of the movie.
Right. Because, even when I did my superhero count, I was looking through all the actors and actresses. I saw that name and I clicked on her. I was like, yeah, of course she was in this movie. And I couldn't remember the scene. Now I know it. I did not remember her in the movie. I was like, what did she do in this movie?
Yep.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I thought that was another conceit that was kind of cool. The interviewing and, some of it good, some of it
but
not
they were
so
all
good.
just crazy people. Like,
right.
Obviously the one, like the setup of the movie is, the kid Isaiah who like wants to get back at this like junkie that like slashed him on the neck early in the movie. Ugh. And so he volunteers for the Purge, but then like very early on in the Purge realizes, holy shit, this ain't for me.
Right.
And he has to get rescued by his sister Naya, who is this like very like it's like a stereotype of like a sort of black woman liberal. I feel like
was into trouble when she was younger.
I feel like this has been a character in movies like since the early 90s where like the black female protester has to have like dreads and like wear baggy clothes.
Yeah.
And so she she goes to rescue him and he has to take his contacts out and they're on the run the whole movie.
I will say that I did like the sequence, not even if the sequence, but it did have, like the block party, it showed another thing that someone would definitely do, probably including me, was go to that ATM and try to bust it open.
And that's the first kill of the first Purge.
and that's just overblown and dumb. But I liked when he goes over to the ATM, he's just yelling at it, and it's like
he's got like a crowbar.
Yeah, and that's all. But I like it. That's all he wants to do. He's not out to kill anyway. He just wants the ATM's money. It was great. And then he gets brutally, viciously murdered
by that Skeletor guy who has like scary face scars, and
he looked like Seal.
I don't know what that. Jesus. I don't know what that character thinks it's doing.
I don't either, and I was glad anytime he was not on screen.
He's so over the top in
an over the top movie.
But I know I said, like, I liked that girl's performance in the previous movie for being over the top, but this is like he's trying to be like the Heath Ledger Joker or something.
I agree.
It's so weird.
Like thinking maybe I'll get my own movie out of this.
Yeah, it reminded me of like the fake out in Iron Man 3 when like Ben Kingsley's doing a crazy over the top villain.
Yeah. Right. What did you think? We've avoided the main character, Dimitri. What did you think of this guy?
Boring.
Yeah.
He's a drug dealer, but he's like supposed to be a hero, and I don't get what's supposed to be inherently likable about this character, because obviously through the entire Purge series we've treated all drug addicts as horrible criminals beyond redemption, but now we're treating drug dealers as like the best guys.
Yeah, and you know, I talked about it a little bit in the last week's episode about Ethan Hawke, how he's somebody who, because he's such a good actor, he's able to show us an overnight transformation completely convincingly. And you know, I don't know if it's this guy's acting ability or the writing. I'm gonna actually go more with the writing.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a fella from
I didn't think
from
he
the
was
TV
a bad
show
actor.
Insecure, which is a show I haven't watched, but I know a lot of people that really like it.
And I didn't think he was a bad actor.
No, it's a totally fine performance.
It's just the writing is just not there.
Nothing about this movie is there, man. Yeah, this movie sucks, dude.
It's really
it's boring. It's a slog. I couldn't wait for it to be over. And I will say that after the first movies were kept pretty tight, this and Election Year are way too long. Election Year is an hour and 48 minutes.
Yeah,
that's 20 goddamn minutes too long for a Purge movie. And this
one is shorter, but
it's an hour 40, but it feels like it goes on for fucking ever.
It really did. Yeah, I felt it, and you know, it's one of those things where you know, it hits you over the head with a hammer with no subtlety in its political viewpoints, and like we said before, this one more so than even Election Year, and even if you agree with the political points to a certain extent, even when they go into, you know, fiction, it's just too, it's not done artfully. And the thing is, like, I thought about something you said, which was that you thought in Anarchy, I mean, I believe you didn't, if you didn't love it, you liked it more than any of these other ones. And you said, but when I was saying it's just a good action movie, you're saying, but it's aiming higher. And I felt like this was a better example of the point you were making about Anarchy.
I think Anarchy was the beginning of it trying to aim higher as a franchise. And by this point, we are actively trying to make a political statement with these movies. But it's written by this fucking Staten Island dumbass.
Right. So this is the movie where I think it's more applicable to, you know, aiming far too high for the ability of the people involved, you know, and it's explicitly just banging you constantly over the head to the detriment of anything else. And also, like I thought in the third one and in the first one, where the ending is just you know, just like this bloodbath and goes on and on and on.
It's funny too, because I know James DeMonico's from Staten Island, but it's like it's written by someone who's never fucking stepped foot in Staten Island. And I don't know if that's because James DeMonico is like a suburban Staten Island guy, but like it did not feel so much to me like the projects of Staten Island.
Well, no, I was going to bring that up. Now, I don't know Staten Island very well. I've only been there a couple of times, but when I think of Staten Island, that's not what I think of.
The projects?
No,
it did feel more Brooklyn-y to me. Like it felt like Coney Island,
where I used to live. You know, there was a lot of projects in the Bronx too. I mean, it just didn't feel like, and a community feeling. Like, I didn't know Staten Island. It may very well but that's just not what I think.
It probably does, but it just felt insanely inauthentic to me, and yes. I couldn't put my finger on why. it also it didn't have a through line that I cared about. The characters are just running around places. At one point, there's like an assassination attempt on our main guy, and then he like goes to kill some drug dealers. Also, the drug dealers are like working out of like a lab or something where they're like making drugs,
Right.
which did not seem right to me.
That didn't seem right, and it didn't. How about his pad, man? Like, where the fuck is he living?
I don't
like,
remember.
Well, no, I mean, like he's got that when the hookers come to him and all that, and he's got like this amazing. I mean, where the fuck is that? Like, is that located in the projects too? Because it's like this amazing pool billiards hall with a bar, and it's like, but he's supposed to be in the thick of it all.
He's like he
Very
looked like
strange.
a drug. Like, you know how in American Beauty, Wes Bentley's like a drug dealer.
Yeah.
It looked like that kind of thing. By the way, one of those hookers was like one of the only actors I recognized in this movie.
Really?
Yeah. China Lane. She's like a TV. Her ass explodes in the first season of the Spike Lee Netflix She's Gotta Have It series.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
Wow.
really good, and she's stuck playing a hooker in this movie.
Did she survive her ass exploding?
She did. Yeah, she'll be in the second season.
Reconstructive surgery.
A huge recommend for me, by the way, that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see it. Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, we all end up in this one fucking apartment in the projects, and there's a comic relief character played by an actress named Mugga. You familiar with this actress?
I'm not familiar with that actress.
I felt like I recognized her too, but
I didn't find her funny.
she was okay. I think she's on Orange is the New Black. Like she's like recurring on that show or something. But I mean, she was fine. At least someone was being humorous in this movie.
We get all these allegorical things. We get like the three wise men, but we have one scene with them and then another scene where they're just shooting and nothing is explained. There's just no.
Oh yeah, the dude from The Practice is one of the three wise men.
Okay. Yeah, and it's just no attempt at any sort of character arc or development at all. I gotta say, I going in, I mean, like I said, had we not been covering it, I would have skipped it just because of the other things that are going around. I'm not putting myself above. I would definitely maybe have seen it, but I kind of thought it would be cool just because of the whole thing that we've been saying all along, especially you. And a lot of critics, that the idea is so good. You just keep.
I stand by that. The Purge is a
wanting
great idea, and frankly, I thought the idea of the first Purge was interesting. And
that's what I mean.
and after watching this movie, I'm like, nah, I would have just liked to see further purges. That being said, we fucked that up by having Elizabeth Mitchell win the election.
Yeah, but
They need if they're gonna make a fifth Purge movie, just start it with Elizabeth Mitchell getting shot in the fucking head, and there's a coup.
Yeah. Well, we get the little something I've never seen. I don't
A
think
trailer in the
Yeah.
Yep, it has been done, Henry. Of
Has
course,
it?
of course, in Back to the Future Part 2.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
What is
there's
it?
a trailer for Back to the Future Part 3 in the closing credits of Back to the Future Part 2.
No. I mean a trailer for a TV show.
Oh, in a movie? Yeah. I can't recall that happening.
I've
And
never
it's
seen it.
usually because when a franchise moves to TV, they've significantly downgraded to the point where the
Right.
last movie tanked, and I guess now we're going to do
I'm proud
TV
of it.
shows. Yeah.
Isn't it like on USA or something?
Yeah.
All right.
And James DeMonaco is the fucking head writer of it.
You know what I thought, which was funny, when as soon as it said like USA Network, this was the only thought that went through my head. Holy shit, USA is still around?
Yeah, I think they've got that Shooter TV show.
Oh, the Mark Wahlbergian
Yeah.
spin-off?
And USA, they've got stuff, right? It isn't Mr. Robots on that. And
Robots on that. Actually, I just watched a couple episodes of a thing that was on, it's on Netflix, The Sinner.
Oh yeah, right.
Have you heard? You've heard of that, obviously.
Yeah, I
You've heard
skipped that because I know Jessica Biel's the star of it, and she's one of the worst actors in the world.
The premise intrigued me, and I really liked the first episode. And your boy is in it, though, dude. You should check it out.
Who?
President Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman's in that?
Oh yeah, major role.
Okay.
He's the co-lead. Yeah, it's good.
That was a pretty good Bill Pullman impression.
Thank you. The Sinner on USA, number 5 movie of 2018.
They've also got Suits.
Suits.
Yeah,
Sorry.
starring Princess Meghan Markle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
What are you
All
talking
right.
about? You don't know Suits?
I don't remember, dude.
Henry, didn't you pay attention to the royal wedding?
I did not.
So
no.
Prince Harry married a lady from Suits,
Okay.
an actress, and at the wedding was so funny to me because like the whole cast of Suits was in attendance.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew he married an actress, but I didn't. I thought she was a model or some shit.
No, she's from Suits.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the Prince of England, and that's who. Okay.
Yeah, he married.
Hey, I don't know
this
anything
lady
about her.
from
She could be a
Suits.
great. She
Do
could
you know?
be a great
You know
lady.
who else was at the wedding? I noticed Abigail
Vinnie
Spencer
Jones.
from Rectify.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abigail. Wait. Oh, the sister. in
Yeah.
Rectify.
Amantha.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she was over there at the royal wedding. I guess they're pals.
Okay. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Royal wedding. Skipped it. You watched it all, right? DVR.
No, I didn't really pay attention. But I did years ago watch the reality show I Want to Marry Harry. Remember that?
No.
They got this British guy who kind of sort of resembles Prince Harry.
Oh yeah.
And it was like a dating show.
Right.
Mhm.
Wow.
It was great. I watched every ep.
Christ.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Henry, the First Purge. What do you give it?
I'm going with a 1.
I'm going with a 1. I'm so excited to hear you going with a 1.
Yeah, we agreed this week on.
Yeah,
both
we
movies.
did. All right, so this was a POS, and Henry.
Yes.
Here's a big question. All right, there's 2 mid-credit sequences in the First Purge. One of them, of course, a series of news reports.
Right.
And about how the Purge was a huge success, and now there's going to be the Purge. That we're thinking about doing next year, a countrywide Purge,
Nationwide.
Yeah. All right, and then there's a trailer to a new 10-episode USA TV series, The Purge. Purge. And, number 1, will you be watching it? And number 2, do we have to cover it for the podcast?
The answer to number 1 is no. The answer to number 2 is that's up to you. I mean, if you want to do a pie, I don't know where we'd put that in, dude.
Here's what we're gonna do, Henry. Because you made me watch The Purge.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
We'll briefly mention the pilot.
Okay. That's
on the show
of some episode,
and then we're gonna watch every episode and do a bonus episode on the whole first season of The Purge.
Yeah, that's
happening.
I don't think that's a TV show, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We've never done that.
But we've never had. This is unprecedented, where a franchise we're covering launches a TV show.
Lethal Weapon.
But that had already been a TV show. This is new.
Come on, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch every episode of this fucking shitty show.
You're nuts. You're
All
nuts.
right.
You're nuts.
Fuck The Purge. What a bad franchise this
Yeah,
was.
let's watch more of it.
I'm going to. What's your ranking of The Purge?
Well, wait, we did MVP, LVP.
Oh, right. All right. So it gets a 1. My MVP for this movie, man.
It's tough.
You know who I kind of liked, Henry? I liked that kid, the kid who plays Isaiah.
Yeah.
And it's another case of in this fucking franchise of just characters making bad decision after fucking bad decision after bad decision. But this guy was good. He's a British actor doing
is he?
Yeah, doing a credible American accent.
Fooled me.
Yeah. His name is Joy Von Wade, and he'll be my MVP for this picture.
This is real hard for me. This was real hard for me. I didn't particularly like anybody in this movie, and I had written down Dimitri, but I think can I put it in for somebody who had like one brief 1 minute scene?
What, Melanie Diaz?
Yeah.
You know,
because you called her out to me.
No, I'll allow it, and I genuinely considered her as MVP, but I mean, I wanted to give it to someone who's in more of the movie, so I'm gonna go with this Joy Von Wade fella.
I'm gonna just have to stick to my guns. I'm gonna go with Melanie Diaz.
That's fine.
She's very good. She's
a good actress.
I
really like Melanie Diaz. Yeah. I kind of don't understand why she hasn't gotten more work. And you know what? She's only in one scene. And so I went to IMDb afterwards thinking maybe they're setting up this character for the TV show.
Oh.
But
that's really hoping. Yeah, I don't know.
But I looked it up, and she'll be starring in a new TV show this fall that is not The Purge. They're making an all-Latina adaptation of the show Charmed.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Latin witches.
Yeah, Latina witches.
Okay.
And so she's one of the 3 witches.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My LVP was tied. I was gonna, but I don't do that anymore, as I was chastised greatly. I was gonna go with the director, because I thought he could at least breathe some life into it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go with James Delmonico again, because this is just a fucking mess
the writer.
From start to finish. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a mess from start to finish, and it's his fault. So
my LVP is a fella named an actor named Patch Dara. All right.
Is this Skeletor?
No, he's like the chief of staff.
Oh, the Marissa Tomei's buddy?
Yeah.
I don't like him. Huh?
I did not like that character. I mean, it could. You know what? You're right. Skeletor's worse. I'm gonna give it to that guy.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That actor's name is Rotimi Paul.
Yeah.
And
RuPaul.
RuPaul's Purge Race. And
I'm gonna purge.
And I wanted to give a shout out to just one actor I liked in this movie who doesn't get enough to do. The actress's name is Sia, weirdly, but she's sort of a poor man Snoop from The Wire.
Oh, she plays the his Dimitri's right hand woman.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty good.
She wasn't in it much, but yeah.
She's actually a rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I liked her when she showed up. It was like a burst of energy that I could have used.
Kicked that guy's ass.
Yeah.
All right. So before we do the rankings, let's do our quick superhero count. I got 3. So the mother of the kid that I don't know any of the characters' names. So the mother, when they're hiding at the end, it's the woman who's like got the little girl with her the whole time.
Sure.
Yeah. Played by an actress named Lauren Velez, is going to be in the upcoming animated feature Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Right.
Playing Rio Morales.
I read that Nicolas Cage is playing one of the Spider-Mans in that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Steve Harris, who played the character.
He's the guy from The Practice. He's a really good actor, but he's only in like 3 scenes in this movie.
Now, what was he in this movie?
He's one of the 3 wise men. He's the
That's what I
the
thought.
one of the 3 wise men that has the most lines.
Because it has, it just says Freddy, and I figured it was one of
It's
those.
a bullshit fucking ripoff of the Frankie Faison character who like hangs out on the street in Do the Right Thing.
Oh, that is a great comparison. Yeah. Well, he was long-running character in the cartoon The Batman, playing Detective Ethan Bennett.
Sure.
Yeah. And then the big one, of course, last but not least, the lovely and talented Marissa Tomei, playing Marissa Aunt May in Spider-Man: Homecoming
and Captain America: Civil War.
Right, and is that it? I don't know. For now, I don't think she's.
Oh well, they've announced that
she's gonna be coming back.
They announced the title of the next Spider-Man.
Yes, I just saw that today. What is it again?
Spider-Man: Far From Home. The Adventures of
have
Yellow Dog.
It's not Far From Home, but
I think it is.
I don't think so.
The new Spider-Man movie?
Again?
No, I think that's why it's called that, you dumbass.
Really?
To connect to the last one, yeah.
Oh, God.
Spider-Man: Far From Home. Here it is.
Is it really?
Coming
Far
out
From
July
Home.
5th, 2019. With Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's been talking about him being in a superhero movie for a long time. So that's
well,
what
he
landed
was supposed to be Spider-Man. Remember that?
Right, but
there was like a period of time where Tobey Maguire was having like a contract dispute and wasn't going to come back for the third one, and they were going to shit can him and get Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, but I also remember he was on the short list for Batman as well.
Sure. He's always on the short list for some major character and then ends up doing Prince of fucking Persia.
Ends up in Jarhead 4.
There are sequels to Jarhead. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's why I said
Yeah.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, he's great.
He's great. Check out Zodiac, folks.
Yeah, he's already played a superhero, Henry.
What's that?
Nightcrawler. All right, let's. What are your rankings? Let's rank them.
I'm gonna go. Purge Anarchy is the best Purge. The second best is the original The Purge. The third best is the third movie, The Purge Election Year, and the worst Purge is The First Purge.
That's my exact rankings. I just like them all less than you.
Right. So 2, 1, 3, 4.
Yeah, 2, 1, 3, 4 is the.
Well, I think we're on the same page with 3 and 4. But yeah, 1 and 2 I definitely like a lot. So, yep.